There's plenty to drink, is what Mike just said. I swear to God, those were his words, not mine. Look at all this beauty that is arrayed before you. You got you got Latinos, you got Texans, which they're a breed of their own, Irish. You got this outstanding North Carolinian over here, and you know what? We're gonna dive right in. Wait a second, I did it wrong. Oh my God, I got all of our names completely wrong. That's awesome. Anyways,
so that's Steve over there.
This is not Steve, although he's been called a lot worse.
That's Mike. I'm Duncan, and this is Seamus.
Mike, less hair, less portly, and but I hope you guys are doing well. Let's begin for real this time. That stunning man right there, they call him Cookie. You know why? Because we love him. We adore this guy. His name is Steve Cook. By everybody, he is Cookie to us. Steve, welcome. Welcome.
Sir.
Immediately to his right, the right hand of God, is the main man himself, deep from below Hangar 18, CIA corporate headquarters for alien abductions and all things non-anal probe.
No, that's Langley.
Langley, thank you. Clarification there. We got the main man himself. This is Mike, the man, Striegel.
Sup.
That's all we're going to go with that. The Terminator's love child over here, the main man himself, the Irish stallion, Mr. I'm going to hit you once and you're going to come back for more. This is Seamus Tolle.
This is not a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is the real thing.
Something about broads being tested. That's all I got. I don't understand that.
Hey, as long as we don't take questions and it goes to the bar.
No.
And a tongue will be fine.
We're good. Yours truly, this is Dunkan Echevarria, your Cigar Consigliere. And this actually is going to be a super superlative night. Cook was in town. I said, man, stop
Most
on by.
people ever on the show. Because we have one more.
Yeah, I mean, every now and then we get 4, but tonight we're doing 5. Just 5 right there. You see, 5.
Did you have to have Seamus?
That's the word.
To get to that number?
I took my boots off.
Wasn't that who did that? The vampire count in Sesame Street? It was today's number is 5.
Yes.
That's the one.
That's the count.
And the special number 5 is about to come on board right now. This guy, first of all, I ran into him, and you're gonna love this because I'm gonna bring him on board. His name is Mark Eckard, Mr. Podcaster himself for Smoke and Barrel. Can I add him? Oh, there we go. Look at that.
Hey, guys.
I'm telling you, let me see here. Let me see if I can do this correctly so nobody's feelings get hurt. There we all are. Mark Eckard, what's going on? Can you hear us fine?
I can hear you guys great. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm about to raise the volume a little bit for us here. I think we should be good to go now.
Right.
Let's test that out.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, good. We got you, man. We got you.
All right, great.
It might be a Verizon commercial. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Can you hear
Now,
me
I'm
now?
telling you, to everybody that's watching, this doesn't happen often. 5 roguishly handsome stallions right here, man. I'm telling you.
Well, you got 4 handsome guys, then you got me.
When we did the Hiram and Solomon, we
Yeah.
actually had 5 people because we had it was 5.
It was
us
5.
3, and then
We had Fuad Kaushadi and his
wife.
gorgeous wife. You killed me right now. I forgot what her name is. Lord bless it. Oh my
she's
God.
She's gonna have your nuts.
She just might. Well, no. God forbid. She's married. She's married. You know. Let me just dive into this. Mark, correct me if I'm wrong. This is a story of how I met Mark Eckard. It happened online. Nothing sexual.
Craigslist?
Well,
What's up, baby?
Nothing sexual, man. I normally share our show in different cigar groups, and
thank God that's all you're sharing.
yeah, that's all I'm sharing. Thank God. And Mark reached out to me and says, "Hey man, I'm glad you're sharing on our group, but just want to make sure that there's some criteria. We want to make sure that when you share, let us know, have some communication because I just did it, and he was a gentleman about it. I should have just said, hey man, can I share this show?" And it ends up being when he said to me, well, I'm with Smoke and Barrel. And I'm thinking, great, man. That's fantastic. I know those guys. I love them. One of the owners' name is Carmen. How bad could that be? It's awesome.
Right.
He goes, no. I do the podcast at Smoke and Barrel. And I was like, oh my God, that is even better, dude. So I said, I gotta have you in here. I did a little stalking. I saw this guy. He's married to some gorgeous Nubian princess, beautiful
yes, she
children.
is.
He's a musician. He's like a real deal rock and roller. And I said, oh man, we got to have you on the show. We got to. So
A
Mark,
little weird, Duncan. A little weird.
listen, I stalk people. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
It's like listen, I'm Cuban. I'm communist
That's
also.
a Cuban thing now?
It's a
Stalking
Cu-
people?
It's a
Why are
Cuban
you throwing all
thing.
the Cubans under the bus?
Well, fuck the Cubans as far as I'm
The
concerned.
bus, the train, everything.
God bless them all. Mark, our good friend Cook here is with Gurkha Cigars. He stopped
Great.
on by. He dropped some great cigars for us to experiment with tonight. So we're gonna say what we're smoking. Well, he's gonna tell us what we're smoking, and then please let us know what you're smoking. Also, Cookie, what are we smoking tonight?
So we're smoking the San Miguel. The San Miguel was our third team up with Aganor Solid. So when you get this, you're gonna Corojo, Criollo, wrapper is Corojo, Corojo binder as well, and the fillers a lot of Criollo and Corojo. That's what those guys are known for. They got some of the best, I think, tobacco in Nicaragua. But it's going to come off as kind of medium. You'll get some little notes to it.
No currant, no currant,
Not that I tasted.
do we get any juniper berry flavors? I'm just looking for juniper berry.
Juniper
flavors.
berries.
Yeah, as long as we don't get dingleberry flavors. I hate those.
So right now, just by smelling it and the cold draw, I think I haven't tried the Cuban rum, but that'll probably go with it a little bit.
Nicaraguan rum, Nicaraguan. We don't do Cuban.
I thought,
No, Nicaraguan.
okay,
Yeah,
Nicaraguan.
I love
I thought you had
Nicaraguans.
Cuban rum.
No, I'm not. No, that's different. That's different. Mark, what are you smoking tonight?
I am smoking a 2004 Terrenos Tribute
Oh, wow.
Nice shit. That's some good.
from 2004.
You sent me a picture of some really interesting opus that was vintage as well. Are you a pursuer of vintage smokes?
Well, yes, and I'm been called a hoarder. I like to think of
I've been
it
called
as,
a whore, but
as
that's
being a
different.
connoisseur. I like to think of it as extravagant and a collector.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
I got
Yeah,
a good
I've got
buddy of
some-
mine.
some old sticks in the humidor.
He found. I got a friend of mine. He found some original first release Opus 6 that were 22 years old. So they fell within the time frame when they were first released. And I spoke to my good buddy Gorman David Ludwig, who Cook and I know him, and he's the man. He's like the best Fuente guy ever to talk to. And he said, "Holy shit, dude, that's like holy grail smoking right there, man."
I was
Yeah.
I was lucky enough back in '98 to get a box, and I got about a box and a half of them. And the picture I sent you is what I have left.
I'll tell you what, man. I'm a fan of smoking vintage anything. I'm gonna kind of like toss this one to Cook. You guys also have a fantastic line of cigars within your portfolio that is all about aged tobacco.
That would be
That
the
little
Cellar
mushroom.
Reserve.
No, that's fine.
So the Cellar Reserve
You
line.
can put it back in.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot him. I swear to God, I'm gonna
Shoot
shoot him.
some of that Florida Cognac too.
There you go. Pass it on down. Pass it around. For the today, we got 3 different libations. We're experimenting. We got Flor de Caña, 7-year, because unfortunately my damn ABC store here couldn't get anything better. And then we got.
That's a bad thing.
No, that's not a bad thing. I like that one, but I wish I would have had the older Flor de Caña. We also have the Irishman, which is
Founder's Reserve.
Founder's Reserve, a little Irish whiskey, and of course we have some Maker's Mark. Can't go wrong with that either.
Maker's
So
Mark's gonna be real good.
this is gonna be fantastic.
I
period.
think it'll be a little heavy from what Steve was describing the cigar, but I'm actually going to try that before I try it with the Irishman.
Are you pairing your cigar experience tonight with anything, Mark? Dos Equis!
Dos Equis, baby.
I'm telling you, the most interesting man in the world. I gotta love it. So, Mark, let me ask a couple of quick questions so that we can get to know you a little bit more. I did see on social media you're a musician, but you're like the real deal, big stage production, the whole thing. Tell us a little bit about that, man. I want to know about who you are.
Used to be. Yeah, I started out, I mean, like all kids at 15 years old, wanted to play guitar so I could get laid. Didn't work out too well.
That never worked for me, and because I couldn't play the guitar either.
No, but I ended up, just starting to record, and cassette tapes and reel-to-reel machines. Ended up recording, and getting way deep into that. And also trying to be a rock star. Went to college and played in a band through college. Gave myself a date of 30 years old. If I make it to 30 years old and I haven't done anything with this, I quit. So I quit. Ended up in a studio in Atlanta to work, and met with some guys, and things just took off from there. I was more of a behind-the-scenes studio guy with the band, and then a few years ago, our singer called, and he said, "Hey, I want to go back on tour." I said, "What do you need me to do?" He goes, "Whatever you want to do. Let's just go. You play guitar and you sing just like I do, so let's hit the road." So we, at the age of 50, I went back on tour, and then quickly realized with some 20-year-old musicians with us, I'm too old for this. So
you're not in a bad.
I had fun though.
The only one that we rag on is our youngster over here. He's 31, but we're the 49 and 50 group here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
shut the fuck.
Well, I'm 53.
You're strong
And,
and young 53, brother.
yeah, thank you. The touring lifestyle is not the rock and roll lifestyle that you see on television or read about. It's a lot of sitting on a bus, being bored. I did a lot of consulting and worked while I was on the road. So I'm sitting on a bus with my laptop and my hotspot and my cell phone, just doing my thing.
Tell you what, man.
Pull up
that
to the
sounds, even
place,
to
get
me,
our sound check done.
I've never done anything like that, but with the utmost respect, that sounds like almost like a dream come true, even at any age, to be able to say, I'm going to go out on the road. I'm going to do something that I love. And music is something beautiful, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know many musicians. I've known a few, and the equal thing is that they're all passionate about that. And I think that cigars is also a great thing about that brings passion everywhere you go. Real quick, we have
Right.
Dr. Gabby Caffey of Caffey 1901 Cigars watching. Thank you very much, Gabby. We love you. We appreciate you for being here with us. And in Spanish, with everybody's permission, real quick, my mother is on. Hola, Mima, te quiero mucho. Aquí estamos con los muchachos. Y tenemos al señor Steve Cook de Gurkha, los tabacos Gurkha. Aquí está también con nosotros. And to all those who are listening everywhere, our Spanish-speaking family everywhere, muchas gracias por estar con nosotros esta noche. Aquí estamos su servidor, Steve Cook, Mike Striegel, Dunkan Echevarria, tenemos a Seamus Tolle y al caballero Mark Eckard esta noche para todos ustedes disfrutando una gran velada, enjoying our evening.
Well, you wind him up and he just goes, doesn't he?
Oh,
Doesn't take much.
I'll tell you. Well, we got Latinos. We got
I don't know what you said, but
brothers.
That's right. They're all conversing with each other, not listening anyway.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong.
But no, you're not.
Okay.
You're not. That's why we all got our guns on the table, because this might go south real quick. Mark, because I want to go back to the cigar also and talk to Cookie, but you also are a cigar guy. You are a true cigar guy. When did this also
Yes.
love affair begin? You said in the 90s you were already buying Opus. That's awesome.
Yes. I started smoking cigars. I still remember. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but each one of you remember your first cigar, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So my first cigar was a La Gloria Cubano, and I got that when I was I think 17. Enjoyed it, and I was hooked in. I mean, I started smoking cigars regular about 18, 19 years old.
Wow.
And so it's been well over 30 years.
Well, dude, I'll tell you what, man. For me, it was with my old man. Kind of like in Miami, it's pretty much everywhere. Where could you not find any cigars? Even like going into like little small factories that from people who were had just arrived in the 80s. We're opening up everywhere.
With Cuban families, don't you get that with the start smoking when you start sucking on a bottle?
Oh God, dude, it's like I mean,
Pretty
and,
much.
my oldest memories are seeing always my dad. You know, he was in landscape and stuff like that. He was always with a cigar in hand. In Cuba, as a child, again, cigars always in hand. But I would say my official like nice high-end quality cigar was an Opus, and I did not know what I was smoking. I mean, a half an inch into it, I was turning green, hurling chunks. I mean, it was not pretty, man.
So my dad doesn't know this, and he might find out now.
He just might. Your father
He might.
just might.
If he sees the show, he watches on occasion. I snuck one of his cigars out of his box.
Oh, but that's a great thing. How many kids haven't done that?
It was a machine rolled. It was a Philly, but it was I think it was a coffee.
Now I'm not going to forgive you for that. I won't forgive you for
It
that.
wasn't bad.
Lord bless it.
My first was a Muriel Corona. That's what my
Muriel. What the hell is a Muriel? I don't even know what that is.
Never heard of it.
That's back in the day.
Kind of like White Owl.
Oh my God.
I was gonna say, is it anything like what Mike drives? That's a Toyota Corolla.
Yeah, damn it. Get it right.
So you know
No, I've got y'all beat on the cheapest one.
Go
My
ahead.
first one was the Dutch Masters.
Dutchess, baby. I love it. I love it.
Those were the first ones I started smoking.
We have watching right now one of the best cigar guys in the European market. His name is Asier Abad. He's a fantastic reviewer, an incredible human being. Asier, muchos saludos para ti. Que Dios te bendiga siempre. Gracias por estar con nosotros. Asier does some of the best write-ups for European publications and just a superb individual. I always like it when he jumps on board. It's things that it makes me feel like we're doing something really high end when we're not. Man, real quick, Cook. This cigar, where would you rate it at in the flavor, in the boldness, strength, from your experience?
I give it medium full flavor.
Okay,
In strength, though, I put it about a medium.
nice. I'll tell you what, there's no competition. I think between the rum and this cigar.
It's marrying well.
Yeah, I think there's a nice love affair here.
I got a lot of pepper as soon as I lit the cigar, but it toned down. It didn't like fade completely away, but it toned down after it got going a little bit. And I do like the rum a lot.
I'm enjoying this. Now, you said this is Aganorsa. Fantastic company, fantastic grower of tobacco. I mean, this is a legacy company as well. Price point on this cigar, MSRP, where are we looking at?
You're looking $7.50 to $10, depending on the size.
I love
That's
that
not bad.
range. Mark, I'm sure you're
Great.
uber wealthy. I'm sure that you buy only the
All
best.
that rock and roll money.
Yeah.
Man, I enjoy a full flavored but not a strong cigar, and the price point between 12 bucks. I mean, that's perfect.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm a big fan of, and I talked to when I've consulted for a lot of cigar establishments. I say, guys, remember your bread and butter is the average American Joe, the regular blue collar guy. Give them the 5 to 10, 5 to 12 range, and you are gonna be in business for life. Honestly.
Absolutely,
We
yeah.
also have Oscar Rodriguez of GTO Cigars.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
Another doctor and another great brand owner watching right now. Oscar, all the best to you, man. Los
friend of ours
saludos.
got a couple of his bundles in the humor here.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you. Again, I love the fact that we got a couple of guys who are what we call boutique brand owners. Dr. Gabby Caffey and, of course, Dr. Oscar Rodriguez, who is a colonel in the Air Force, active duty, also a surgeon. Fantastic guys. So every time people question the whole health aspect of cigars, I go, dude, I got 2 doctors, and let me tell you, these 2 mofos are the best kind of doctors you can get because they sell cigars.
Well, man, that reminds me of the old commercials in the 60s for like Kent cigarettes where they had doctors that would say, hey, smoke a cigarette.
Oh, God, yeah, man.
So, hey.
So I went to Kevin's daughter's wedding.
Kevin's daughter's wedding. If you're a lovely woman, she got married. I'm sure you've heard about it, Mark. I don't know. But
Well,
continue. Go ahead.
we were talking after the whole ceremony, and it was cocktail hour or whatever, and he said his doctor actually told him he needs to ride his motorcycle more, smoke a cigar every once in a while and have a glass of whiskey every once in a while.
I bet
There
you
you
he's
go.
a real American doctor. I bet
Yeah.
you that's a real American doctor right there.
Absolutely, because that reduces stress. Less stress,
Yeah.
longer
My
life.
doctor wrote a prescription one time for a cigar a night and a glass of wine.
There it is right
Yes.
there, man. There it is right there.
There you go.
And Cookie actually admitted to something earlier because I said, Cookie was a big boy. 380?
398.
398, man. It's amazing what cigars and booze can do in your life. I love it.
Oscar's recommending 3 a day.
See, Oscar says 3 a day.
There
Hey,
you go.
listen, ain't nothing wrong with that. So, let me ask you now, because I'm interested, I'm intrigued. How did you hook up with the guys at Smoke and Barrel? Because I love that joint. It's awesome.
Guys,
It's
I
an old fireplace.
It is. It's an odd story. Truthfully, I mean, we moved here. My wife and I and the kids. We moved here from New Mexico. We moved to Mount Holly, and we're driving by, just checking out the town. My wife sees the shop, and she goes, "You're probably going to end up living there." I said, no, it looks. It's going to be a barbecue joint. I said Smoke and Barrel, and I didn't put it together as being a cigar lounge. Well, I found out it was a cigar lounge. Went there on the open night, bought a lifetime membership, and I've been there twice a week.
Yeah.
Great guys, great people. It's a classic cigar lounge in the fact that people love to enjoy just relaxing, having a good smoke, and good conversation. One of the great things about cigars is it is a culture on its own.
I
So
agree.
you go into a cigar lounge, you can have a smoke. Nobody cares anything about what you do, where you've been. It's what are you smoking and what are you drinking?
And you know
Yeah.
what? They have
Let's
a
down and
very
talk about that.
nicely done
From
bar.
there, things blossom.
They have a great bar, by the way. I mean, when you look at the bar,
They do.
it doesn't seem massive, but when you start looking at the selection, you're like, whoa, wait a second here. There's some good stuff here. They have I was telling Cook, a nice walk-in humidor. You can have about 3-4
Yes.
people comfortably in there looking, nobody bumping into each other. Carmen, I think I'm going to say butcher his last name, Cocciola? Yeah.
Coachella.
Coach, well, he runs
like the
the concert.
Yeah,
I
Coachella.
was never invited
Yes,
to
yes.
that. So,
Yeah, like
So-
Coachella, the concert where you end up with a penis in your ear.
yeah, and glitter all over your face. I love it. I love it.
Herpes of the art world.
But
Wow.
he runs a lot of the buying processes. He picks out the cigars. He brings in great stuff. I loved him. I met him. It's funny. And I mentioned to you, we do a simple house blend cigar from our own factory.
Right.
And I went here locally in Statesville, where I live, to a vape shop. But the reason I went to this vape shop is because they were announcing cigars. And I said, well, you know what? Let me check it out. What could they have cigars-wise in a vape shop? So interesting enough, the young man that I met in there said, no. We were doing a lot of name brand cigars, but the buyer, Carmen, passed all of that now to the new location, Smoke and Barrel. And that same moment, he put me in touch with Carmen. We hit it off. And before I knew it, boom, we had our little bundle of cigars in there. And I fell deeply, madly in love with that location. And you're right.
And a great
It's like-
smoke, too.
But it's not a pretentious environment
No, you can sit down and talk
No,
with anybody.
no.
at all.
We did that when we went.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Now, you do the Smoke and Barrel podcast. Tell us a little bit about that.
It is just 5 people sitting around smoking cigars, having a bourbon. We do have Whiskey Tango Charlie. Charles, I'm not going to say his last name because I'll get it wrong. Every time I say his last name, I get it wrong.
Just like
But anyway,
I
he
got
is
Carmen's last
an
name wrong.
executive. Yeah, Charlie, Whiskey Tango Charlie is his handle. He is an executive steward, bourbon steward. So he has got some of the greatest bourbon, some of the greatest blends. He'll bring them in because he'll bring them in from Kentucky or from different locations around the country. And this past week, we actually did an Irish whiskey with a Cohiba.
Nice. What were you drinking?
We had the Proper 12
Oh,
Irish
Excellent
whiskey.
one right there.
this one right
That
here.
was
This one right here
so
swears by
so
that.
smooth.
You
Yeah,
get the
so
thumbs up and
smooth.
the approval.
And I'm not a big fan, and that was the big thing when we started the podcast. I'm not a big fan of bourbon. I am now. I have typically I've been a Scotch guy. I've not been a big fan of Irish whiskey. However, that Proper 12 was amazing. And we had that with the Cohiba Nicaragua, which was
Now, you
a
guys
great
had Sean
smoke.
Williams.
We did. We had Sean Williams a few weeks ago. Had a great time with him. A great guy. Wonderful time hanging out with him, and just basically we just shoot the shit. We do discuss cigars. We don't discuss the cigar the whole time in the podcast, but we have a general cigar rep. We have Brian, who is Brian Huff, who's the mayor of Mount Holly.
It's always
We
good to have
have
the mayor.
T.
Yeah,
Always good to have the
always,
mayor.
yeah.
Yeah, it's always good.
Costi,
Yes.
come down
Yes.
this all the time.
Here locally in Statesville, the mayor's name is Constantine Kate, but we call him Costi.
Costi.
Costi. Okay,
I thought you were going to say crusty.
yeah, Krusty. He's awesome. First of all, he's a huge cigar guy. Yeah, he's not that crusty. He's old, but he's not that old. But and
That's
again,
right, Simpsons.
Great.
super nice guy. We also have another gentleman, William Morgan. He's one of our town council members. Tremendous advocate for cigar smoking. Statesville is a very cigar-friendly city, small city, like a lot of places in North Carolina. One of the reasons for that is for 20 years, JR, the original JR concept, was in Statesville.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So a lot of folks would come here, and if you well, where do you go to buy your cigars? I'm gonna go to Statesville. So I love
Right.
the fact that we're so cigar friendly. Tiki, I'm gonna tell you.
Now, did the JR cigar in Statesville off of 77 did that close down?
That was gone, and then they moved the footprint
Okay.
and they upgraded it in Mooresville to the Casa de Monte Cristo now.
Which is basically
Okay.
a cigar bar.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Great,
It's very
great.
nice. A lot of the same staff moved down there, so I like that. Real quick, Cook, I'm gonna say the cigar started. I think you nailed it earlier. A little bit of an oomph. It has started to mellow out and tell me this is a joyful ride.
Yeah.
It's not a speed up. Very, very nice. I understand what you're saying, that it's a medium plus.
Mhm.
There's nothing mild here. I'm enjoying sort of the flow of the cigar tasting. So I mean, just really, really on point. Again, no juniper berries or currant flavors. I always get just good tobacco and the classic flavors, the little wood, the chocolate, all that stuff. But
I got a little bit of coffee or cocoa on the cold draw.
Yes.
A little bit more wood now that it's burning.
Mhm.
you're getting wood, huh? I'm just saying. If you're getting wood right now, the door's right there. I'm just saying. Mark, I don't know if you guys
I'm glad
get
I'm sitting
wood
down
when you're
here.
doing the
I got-
podcast.
yeah, we're the buffer. Or I'm the buffer.
Yes. It happened last week.
Well, I know why, because you guys got one of the most.
Somebody got a
beautiful
little.
ladies. That's Carol Lee, who's my sister. And again, for those who don't know, Carol Lee Martin. She's the rep for General Cigars. Outstanding American hero in my eyes. She is a full bird colonel, retired.
She is.
I mean, she is the loveliest. We were talking about this earlier. She looks like a cheerleader, but no one knows she's trained to kill like a ninja.
Oh yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Now you
She is,
are
she
you're a
rides
motorcycle
bikes.
rider also. You ride.
I did. Yeah.
What
I still do.
what did you have?
I still have. I've got a road glide. At one time, I
Nice.
had 5. It was a hobby that got a little bit out of control.
Me too. I had 3. Now I have one Harley Softail Springer, and I'm building a chopper.
And
Nice.
you're building the one you're building for your girlfriend? For
No.
Ali? No. Okay. So
That one's for me.
okay. But I thought you were gonna build her one.
Oh, I'm gonna.
So he's got
got
a
one person at a time.
stunning girlfriend / woman who dominates him in a good way.
No.
She does. Shut
Okay.
the hell up. Here she does. But you're building her a bike.
Yeah. I'm designing. Going through the design process right now, but it's probably gonna be a Honda Shadow. I'm looking at an 1100. It's decent bike. Right now it needs a lot of cosmetics, but mechanically.
Man, if that doesn't say love to the woman you love, I don't know what. Does your wife ride, or did she ride?
She did ride with me. Yeah.
Nice, man. That
And
is awesome.
she had her own bike for a while, and but she mostly rode me, and it's I was with a club for a while. It wasn't a mom and pop club, so keeping up might have been a bit of a challenge for her. So
Can I inquire as to the name of the club?
nah, we'll give that out on the internet.
There you go. Yeah, he was in the club too. Yeah.
I was the president of a veterans motorcycle club here in Statesville.
We weren't a veterans club. There were a lot of veterans in the club, but we
Right.
were not a
Speaking
mom
of
and pop club.
the angel of well, I'm not gonna say the angel of death, but she is an angel herself. Carolee Martin, hey beautiful,
Hey.
and she said handsome. I don't know which one she's referring to, but I'm
Me,
sure
obviously.
I'm sure it's not any of us. I'm sure it's not any of
It's
us.
Steve.
It was
That's
Steve.
Steve.
It was Steve. It was Steve.
It's Mark.
Oh my God! I tell you what, man. Oscar says he likes to write a lot too. Oscar, you need to stop that. You need to stop that, Oscar. Come on. You're a happily married man. You need to stop that, Oscar, for God's sakes. Yeah, I'll tell you what, all these damn military people, I'll tell you what. So I'm super excited because, first of all, again, it's not often that I make a mistake and it pans out to be a wonderful mistake, man. I'm really excited that I met you. We have a plan. We definitely want to
Happy to meet you as well.
We want to come down and visit with you guys if it's okay, but definitely want to hook up. And when do you do your podcast there? What are the hours? What are the days?
We typically get together every Tuesday, and we do our podcast on Tuesday afternoon around 4:00.
Nice.
And we've had some instances where we've got somebody in town or somebody's out of town. We'll get together on Friday nights and sit in sit some of the nice big fat comfortable chairs there and do the podcast that way as well.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. This is and I was going to Cook when he asked me, what kind of a format we have, and I want to ask you a little bit about your format as well. Originally, when we started this was right before COVID at our shop. We had a shop here locally in town that it's named after my mom, Doña NOLI Cigars. And when COVID hit, one of the things that we noticed is, man, everything was gloom and doom everywhere. It's just, sad news, bad news everywhere. And the three of us said, you know what? Let's not do a prototypical cigar show that's all about, the cigar and the cigar this. No.
Well, mostly that was because you and I have a terrible palate.
Well, yeah, because we suck at explaining to people what we're getting. He's good. Seamus is good. We're not. But I said, well, how about if we just have some fun? Let's make fun of ourselves. Let's
Mostly me.
Yeah, pretty much him. Let's tell good stories, and we started. Mike is an avid car knowledgeable wizard. Seamus, of course, he's a Marine, but he's an avid motorcycle enthusiast, and he had no friends when he was a kid, so he knows way too much shit also.
I know a little bit about a lot of things.
Well, if he had no friends, that's why he's a Marine.
There you go.
He is a Marine.
So we decided to just, do a show about just having fun. Like if you walk into a cigar joint and you see a few fellas, what are they talking about? That was the concept of the show. We wanted to leave it open. We wanted to leave it light. And, when people say, we don't go into politics too deep. We make fun of both sides. We don't look at anybody and we say, you know what? I'm the biggest dork of the three of us. And when we've done a pre-recorded show, I always put like a blinking sign that says, not the smart one on me. So
yeah.
Unless we're talking about comic books.
Yeah, I mean, right now, if we're gonna go with IQ levels, Cook is PhD level over here.
Nah.
I only know cigars and bourbon, man. That's it.
Ain't nothing wrong. Hey, cigars and bourbon can
That's
get
a
you
good thing.
far.
It's a good thing.
I know
What
cigars, guitars, and bikes.
What was the concept when you said, I want to do a podcast? What was your hope? What was your goal? Take us there.
The concept was I had a podcast in New Mexico when everything got locked down. a few musicians, a couple bartenders. Everyone's at work. So we had a podcast about nothing. And it was also absolutely 100% politically incorrect.
Best way to be.
We just
I
had a
wholeheartedly agree.
great time. And when I relocated and moved here, I wanted to do the same thing, but I was going to Smoke and Barrel. I've always been a cigar smoker. I enjoy cigars daily, and wanted to have a podcast that's about cigars, but also that same concept, kind of like the Seinfeld show, where it's about nothing.
Jesus, we were just
So we
saying
go
the same
in.
thing earlier.
That's what we started out as.
We have a cigar. Carol Lee will bring a cigar, or we'll get cigars out of the humidor. We don't know what we're going to smoke before we start smoking. We all pick the same cigar. We pick a bourbon to match and pair with it, and we just BS through the whole thing.
Dude, you know what? It's funny. You said an interesting statement. For the past 2 years, that's exactly when people ask us, can you describe your show? I said, well, if you ever watch Seinfeld, that's pretty much it, man. I mean,
Yep.
Hello, Newman.
Absolutely.
Mark, I'm sure you've seen a lot of other, cigar reviewing shows out there and whatnot. And I
have.
respect them. I really do. I love all the guys who are doing it in their own inimitable styles, but we just felt that last year there was a need for mirth. There was a need for laughter, and
Absolutely,
sometimes when you
there
try
is.
to get a script out and stick to it, have fun. Make people on the other
Right.
end hopefully say, you know what, these guys are morons. I love them, man. I had a great time watching them.
Exactly.
now I wanna
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
basically
great.
Cookie, man, I'm telling you what, I'm deeply, madly falling in love with this cigar. One more time, what is the blend that we're smoking right now? Again, it's Aganorsa, all their tobacco.
It's all Aganorsa tobacco. It's going to be Corojo, what they call sun-grown Corojo in the wrapper, Corojo binder, and the fillers are mainly Corojo and Criollo.
This is fantastic. So it's considered a puro by many standards.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So again, and this is where we are the
I'm looking
cigar
forward
nerd.
to try that.
so people like me, you might want to explain what all of that means.
Puro, of course, and Mark, you know this. Puro means all tobacco comes from one country. It's also all being done by one company as well. Everything is handled in one area, so it's pure. So for those who do not know that, that's exactly what that means. Corojo, as a wrapper, is a fantastically delicious wrapper. I've always thought that Corojo has a little bit of sweetness to it. The more aging, I love it. Sun grown, I think I like that because, again, here's where my geekiness comes out, where the nerd comes out here. Anything that's fully exposed to the sun allows the leaves to get a little bit thicker, a little bit juicier, and so it takes a little bit longer for the process of maturing to happen, and thereby those tannins, those rich sugars in the tobacco give you a better flavor in the long run. So criollo in Spanish and also in French, Creole means a marriage of two different styles coming into one creation. So criollo wrapper is always two types of tobacco that came together and gave you something completely different. And man, let me tell you, whatever it is, it's working here beautifully.
It's a great cigar.
It is a great one.
What are your flavors that you're getting there, Big Kahuna? Nah, he's not that big. He's actually about 5'7". I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's okay.
Again, a lot of the pepper. Like I said before, there was a lot of pepper on the light up, and then it tapered off. It didn't quite take a back seat, but it mellowed out, and it kind of stayed right there. Getting a lot of wood.
Oh no, he's getting
A
lot of wood now.
Damn, motherfucker.
Jeez.
Tell you what.
But that's primarily it. Wood, leather, pepper around that area.
Yeah. Listen, if you start TPing, and I'm changing seats here with Mike. I'm just
No,
saying.
you're not.
Mikey, I'm just saying, man.
No.
No,
I thought you were a fan of leather.
I don't do leather like that.
Oh.
I don't. Occasionally, assless chaps. Occasionally, not every day. But
Yeah, we know which character you play in the Village People, right?
hey, man,
I'm the construction worker.
I'm the leather guy. Apparently, I don't know, man. Cookie, you can be the
I'll be the
Indian.
Indian,
He's the
Yeah,
Indian.
all right.
But so
Gee, you guys leave me out.
what
Trying to
brought
remember
you
what they were
to
for.
North Carolina? I mean, was it business? Was it a change
Yeah,
of life?
business. I'm originally from North Carolina. My wife and I are both originally from Hickory area, so moving back over to this area,
Coming back then.
you know, during the COVID crisis, you know, was a good time to move. I think we enjoyed New Mexico, met a lot of great friends, and love them dearly. But it was time to just move back home.
Nothing wrong with
Getting
that.
old.
So
Getting old. Time
you're
to
from Wilmington.
go home.
Cookies from Wilmington. You were born in Texas,
San Antonio.
San Antonio. You were from here, Florida.
Yeah.
Cuba. So you know, again, interesting.
South Florida.
South Florida by way of Cuba.
Yeah.
South Florida, North Cuba, it's the same thing.
Same. I mean, there are parts of Miami, dude. You don't even speak English there.
There's no English.
No.
Yeah, it's like God help us all.
right.
Hialeah.
That's true.
You go to Hialeah, you're like, what? Hey, man, this is America. No, man, this is Hialeah.
My dad used to race sports
It's
cars.
Hialeah. Now there is also Havana,
Yeah.
Where you
Florida.
run away from people, and it was like sports car racing. Because in Hialeah, you run a lot away from people.
No, he raced at the Hialeah Motorsports Park,
Okay.
and he had a Toyota Corolla with I forget what, it wasn't a Porsche engine, but he built the engine in his car that he used to race a lot.
When they start talking cars and motorcycles, I like zone out because I don't know shit about any of that stuff. I mean, literally.
Yeah.
2 cylinders is a lot easier to keep up with.
Yes, 2 cylinders, whatever he said.
You know
That's all we need.
The cylinder sounds cylindrical.
It's the round part.
It's the round part. I don't know. Again, whatever. I know cigars. I know cigars.
in it.
Yeah.
There you go. So, how long have you been married? And you know what? Let me tell you, man, your family looks beautiful. As I said, when I was kind of like cigar
Thank you.
stalking you,
Yeah.
you're.
Right.
Because
Weirdo.
I'll tell you what, I'm not. Listen, you got to do some research on the folks, man. How long have you been married?
We have been married for 9 years.
Man, congratulations. That's beautiful. That's
We've
beautiful.
got an 8-year-old and a 3.5-year-old.
Good Lord have mercy.
Don't
Wasted no time.
I know, but I'll tell you what, man. You know, you said you're 53. How
I'm
is
not-
that 3-year-old?
I also have a 30-year-old. I got to say hello to my daughter, Christy. She's out in Boulder, Colorado. So
But 3 years old, dude. I mean, you must be drinking like energy drinks just to keep up with her.
no, I drink this.
I love kids, man. I love kids. My son is 22, so amen and hallelujah on that one. So thank you and goodbye.
All of my kids are 25 and older.
Yeah, we're
I've
you
got
got
one at 29.
20, yeah. You are. Oh, wait for them. Just wait for them.
He's like our adopted kid. Over
That's
there.
why he wants to go Army Special Ops. He said, "No, I'm out of here."
Mm-hmm.
What, man? You're gonna be a great dad. I know you are.
Is that right?
You are gonna be a fantastic dad.
Someday.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Mhm.
When the day is right.
Yep.
All right.
We're talking about the same person. You're not.
Well, you know, it's either that or the saints behind you.
Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the tough guy of the group. He's always the tough guy of the group. Jesus Christ! I mean, look. I mean, every time I introduce him, it's like the love child of the Terminator and Alita Battle Angel, whatever the hell that chick's name is.
What the hell are you talking about?
No,
Okay, I have a softer side. I'm big into anime. I have a softer side. I watch Japanese cartoons. I do, man.
I've seen some.
I've seen some too.
Those are the only cartoons where people actually get killed and die, not like G.I. Joe. You know, it's like Cobra gets shot
Yeah,
38
true.
times and he never dies.
Some of those Japanese cartoons are rough, man.
They
Yeah.
are.
Tell you what, man, the roughest Japanese cartoons I've seen are Pokemon. They are, dude. I'm telling you.
They are pretty.
These kids running around with these monsters. Are you crazy? That's
So-
insane.
I heard
Yes.
about Pokemon. Anytime they go into the Pokeball, they die.
No, they don't. What's wrong? It's like a containment
Here's-
center.
They transport them.
Right.
It's
But,
like I thought it was like the Ghostbusters containment unit on the back.
Yeah.
well,
They're not dying. They're not dead in there.
if you look into
See, like I
teleportation,
said, it's a show about nothing, man. It just goes all over the
This is where you
place.
just see encyclopedia and tells us how teleportation works.
If you look into teleportation, they've done it. They've done it multiple times, but they've only been able to do it one way.
Teleportation now. Holy
Are we talking
shit.
about like the fly teleportation or
No.
what?
They teleport one photon. That's a light atom.
I should have never said shit about cartoons. I should have never said shit about cartoons.
They teleport one photon atom. I think it was like a couple inches.
What's a
across.
photon?
It's a light atom.
Yes.
So
Jesus
they teleported it
Christ,
across
help
the
me.
table, but they deconstructed it and they shifted it across and they
Yes,
reconstructed
yes.
it. So the original one disappeared.
Disappeared. And
died.
It died.
And then
It died.
It was
Yes.
reassembled.
Nice.
So
Reassembled.
basically, you're saying that if any of us was teleported, we would
You
be
die.
a copy of ourselves.
Yes,
Yes.
if you made it all there in one piece.
I beg to differ because Captain James T. Kirk never died. You're lying. There
No,
you go.
He was just a copy of himself every time.
Every
he
time.
Yeah. If you could teleport yourself, you might show up on the other side with like your
Mark,
leg
get
way up
comfortable.
here.
This is going completely left field right now.
Now we're getting into The Fly.
Yeah,
which
this
was
is
a great movie,
oh
by
my
the way.
god! Again, like I said, it's a show about absolutely zero zilch. So we're just talking about the man's family a minute ago, and now we're
And then
talking
we're
about
on
the fly and teleportation.
That's what we're
You
talking
know,
about.
my wife watches the Japanese cartoons also. So.
I'll tell you what, I'm never bringing Pokemon up again around you. I am never bringing the Pokemon up around you.
As long as you're not running around trying to catch them all with your phone, we'll be all right.
Dude, you know what? Briefly, I don't know if you ever saw this when that was a big craze that people were walking around with a Pokemon app that you were catching.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
People, I said, how much time do you have in your life to eat this much shit?
Not enough.
I mean,
Not
holy
enough.
Moses.
And there were people like your age doing it.
No.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. There were.
Yes.
That was before I opened up a cigar
There
shop.
was.
And they said, okay, now we got a cigar
Wait a
shop.
minute. You had a
Yeah.
Pokemon at your cigar shop.
I had a Pokemon at my
Yes, there were people showing up at your cigar shop trying to catch Pokemon.
Yeah, that's why I kept telling them, get the hell out of my shop, man. Listen, anyways, back to what we do, cigars. Jesus, you were smoking again. What was it, Mark? Guys, you guys are nuts. What were you smoking?
Torreno's Tribute 2004.
Wow, man.
2004
Now, where did you
Torreno's
find that?
Tribute. Where did I find it?
Yes, sir.
I bought a box of them in 2004.
So you are that guy.
I am that guy. I smoke one every year until they're gone.
I can't do that, man. I am. I was a collector for a time. I was a proud collector. I mean, I had some aged Padrones. I had some aged Fuentes. I remember. I think I had the oldest Gurkha box. May have been maybe 3 to 4 years old. I couldn't hold
Wow.
it. I couldn't do it.
What
I
was
couldn't, man.
What was that box of cigars you found? Was it Tobacco Plus? Where you had it on the bottom shelf?
So true story.
Oh yeah.
I worked at a place down in South Carolina called Tobacco Plus, and this wonderful gentleman, and Cookie knows him. Unfortunately, he does not work the humidor a lot, but when he first opened up his shop, he was buying a lot of stuff, and some of it just sat for years. And he
Right.
had it on the shelf on top. He had it in a back room. And I came across things like original 601 blended by Pepin Garcia for Eric Espinosa and Eddie Ortega.
Right.
When they started, he still had original blends from them. He had Romeo Julietas that were like 18-year-olds.
Mm.
He had a Henry Clay commemorative 75 count box. No, we're not doing that. Commemorative humidor box that was still sealed in the plastic, everything. So it was just insane. I think actually,
Wow.
You answered it.
it'll be all right.
Yeah.
It'll be all right. Who cares?
Telemarketer just got some cigar
The,
knowledge.
the rep did not even know about that cigar. I said, but dude, that's an Altares product. And he goes, man,
old.
In my time, I haven't seen this. And when we got to talking, he said, let me send it up the chain of command. So when he said, Duncan, this cigar, we haven't sold this since 1999. I was like,
Wow.
wow, dude. Just beautiful cigars. Bless his heart. He thought that because Liga Privada was not selling, he had to do a 50% discount on it.
Oh man.
I'm like, "Shit." I go, are you crazy? Are you nuts? He goes,
Do a
and I
50% increase on it.
dude, I said to him, you can't do that. I go, this is the super premium. And he goes, well, this is a cigar that just does not move. People don't come here asking for it. And I'm like,
because they can't afford it.
Probably.
So just a lovely human being, but because he did not interact with cigars in the way that I think all of us would, he just had no notion of that. And Cook's been to it. It's the largest humidor in the entire state of South Carolina.
It is a great store. I've been there several times.
Tobacco Plus. The chair recognizes the young Democrat to my right. Go ahead.
I'm gonna stab you. Have you had a chance to try the makers with the cigar?
I haven't. I'm about to kill the last
Put in
swig.
your white cup.
The makers does go, I think, better than the
rum.
That maker's going to have more sweetness, so it's going to bring out more.
I was surprised. I thought it'd be too heavy.
But
really
Cookie was telling us about the sweetness. What's wrong with you? Come on, man.
So what that's going to bring out, because it's, believe it or not, that is sweeter than that rum.
Have you tried it?
No.
Okay.
But I mean, I've had it, and I've even had it with the cigar. But that sweetness is going to bring out more of the sweetness of the cigar.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Interesting. All
I
right.
think.
I'm a fan of finding vintage stuff. I really am. I don't think I'm a fan of keeping it that long because I'm a consumer.
Does he still do stuff like that where you can go in there and find?
No. It's not like that anymore.
Can I get a Liga for 50% off?
No, not like that. Not like that. Not. Bless his heart.
Way to go, Duncan! You ruined it for all of us.
No kidding.
Interestingly enough, the same location, he had been an Opus X certified lounge and cellar for going on already 4 or 5 years, and he was only getting 1 to 2 Opus X boxes. So when I got in there, I have a really good relationship with the Fuente family. I said, no, we need to just do something different. So I spoke to at the time my rep was David Ludwig, and we got together with Liana Fuente. And they sent us a nice humidor, double door, large cabinet, and we were able to at one point. I mean, we had a full of Opus. I mean, and then the Gurkha, it was a Gurkha aisle. I mean, Cookie. I remember actually one of the very first words to that Cookie and I exchanged was like, he goes, "Man, don't bullshit me. I'm not gonna bullshit you." And I was like, "Wow, I love this guy," and. We designed a great shopping experience for those who are fans of Gurkha. Said, okay, we need to find out what works here. Cook, because he was my rep and he was very integral with everything at the part of building it. We found out everything that moved, we brought it in. We were sure that, if you wanted Ghost, you had Ghost. If you wanted anything from the Wicked Indies, you had that. Or the East India.
The East
India brand. They have the Witch, which is the Red Witch, which is a great Nicaragua. I mean, the Cellar Selections.
Oh yes,
pretty much. That's what I tell a lot of when I consult. I talk to a lot of cigar shop owners, and I said, talk to your rep. Let your work have a good relationship with you. Get involved with your customer base. Let them tell you what they enjoy. Work with that rep and see about bringing that. So, when you walk into, let me ask you this. When you walk into a cigar shop, Mark, what are you looking for? What do you want to see?
Typically, I look for the old classics that I've always smoked. The La Gloria Cubanos, the H. Upmans, the Fuentes. But then I also go through and I look for what's different, what's new, what's going to be in that same flavor palette that I normally smoke. That might be a different blend than what I would normally have. I like trying new cigars. I have my standbys, the ones I always smoke, but I always look for something else. I may find a new favorite. That's one of the great things.
I love what you're saying, man. That's
what I do. I mean, when I go into shops, I look for something different. I mean, I like to smoke everything, so I understand it and know it. And I love to go in a shop and find things I haven't had.
Yes.
I mean, I'm 100% the same way. I believe I'm a legacy smoker. And by that, I always mean I like stalwart brands that are never going to be impacted.
Right.
There's something, and again, I'm a boutiquer. I love the boutique brands. I will always support die-heartedly Gabby Caffey, Harriman Solomon, GTO, Pura Sol, 50 Caliber, El Galan Cigars. So many beautiful brands out there. Black Label Trading Company. I mean, there's so many great guys out there. But I want to know that whatever I enjoy is never going to disappear. It's never going to go away, and it's 100% protected and taken care of. To me, Gurkha, because I'm former military, the significance of Gurkha with the military, I've always looked for Gurkha everywhere. I've always looked for Fuente everywhere. And you mentioned La Gloria Cubana. I lived literally 10 minutes away from where Ernesto Carrillo started in Miami, right, literally down from where I lived. So I had the pleasure of going into the original La Gloria Cubana small factory in the Little Havana district, which today is a museum. And if Carolee's still on, she'll attest to that. It's a wonderful little place. Next door to them, it was the El Rey de los Habanos. The King of the Habanos was the name of the small factory that was owned by Pepin Garcia. So I was there when Pepin opened his doors. My family and his family, we go back all the way to Cuba. My dad knew him when he was just a young man. So I love a legacy brand, but I am a fan of, I want quality
new cigars.
I want quality boutique, man. I want guys like Gabby and Oscar who are saying, we're going to give you 100% boutique because we own the land, we own the factory, we own every aspect of that. We're 100% behind this product, and no matter what, even though we're small, we're going to give you that same cigar over and over again.
It's the consistency.
The C word, baby. The C word.
Whoa.
Well, you know,
Consistency, not the other one.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm not British. I'm not going to say the C word, you know.
Australian.
Is it Australian? They say that? Okay,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's every other word.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was mate.
Yeah, and then followed
by the C word. All right, you know, it's a good thing. We're not going to say it. Okay, just checking. We got ladies watching.
Yep.
We respect and love the ladies. You know, Michael Carter, what's going on? Mike, thank you very much. By the way, we got a great gift for you and for you guys from Michael Carter.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
And we definitely want to grab you, Mike, one day and take you down either to Casa Monte Cristo, or now we have a new spot in Mount Holly. Yep. So, Mike, when we invite you, you're coming with us, hands down. So,
yeah, I might be down at Smoking Barrel on Friday.
I'm
off on Friday.
No, he's off on Friday. So you know what? It's funny. You say you like La Gloria Cubanas. I'm a diehard fan of the classic old La Gloria Cubana, but I smoke the Soberano. Now the Soberano is the 8.5 by 52. It gives me all the smoking time I want. It's rich, it's dark, it's oily, it's full bodied. You can always go back to it. I enjoy that cigar. People say, "Man, that's like a big old baseball bat."
Would that be a Churchill?
No.
It's got like
it's a little bigger than the Churchill.
Yeah.
Okay.
They used to refer to two sides, Presidente and Soberanos, for the big heads of states.
Right.
You always see them with a big cigar, so it's a little bit bigger than the Churchill. Well, Castro was an idiot, you know. Castro was a fucktard, is what he was. Bless his heart. Is he alive?
I don't know.
He's dead. Okay, yeah.
Fidel's dead.
Fidel's dead. His brother's a fag. God bless him. Yeah. I made that nicely. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. Well, listen.
He made it like a cigarette.
Yeah. Well, Raul Castro, there is, again, for my fellow Cubans, and we all know that Raul Castro was always a guy who enjoyed hanging out with the military boys. If you all know the meaning, you know. Ouch! I heard a story. I'm just saying, but no, man,
it was that one time at band camp.
Yeah,
the one time at band camp.
One time in Guantanamo.
Wow.
Things went south real quick. But no, man, I'm a big fan of heavier cigars. We call the show Los Tres Maduros because we do enjoy smoking full-bodied, heavier, richer cigars. Is that sort of you said earlier you're more of a medium-bodied smoker, but full flavor?
I like medium full, and I like full flavor, but I don't.
Oh, he's on the move.
Like a lot of the nicotine forward, I think, go on.
Nice, man.
I think nicotine in a cigar is it's more of a to me, a gimmick to make people think, oh, I've got a really strong cigar here.
100%.
I like the full body though, but not a lot of the nicotine.
Well, there's a cigar that I'm a fan of, and it's interesting because it's very aggressive looking, and it's the Gurkha Ghost. It's very dark, very oily,
Great smoke,
very aggressive, and people think it's a very strong cigar, and it's not.
It's
Oh,
not.
I've had one of those. I don't remember that.
No, I like the silver one, which is the original blend, and I enjoy it because it's a lot of smoke output, and I almost say to everybody, it's almost like a brownie type cigar. You know, it's just very delicious with a nice cup of coffee in the morning. I think it's a fantastic smoke.
It's a good morning smoke. Man.
Oh yeah,
With coffee. Yeah.
There's no heavy nicotine kick, but it's a very, very enjoyable smoke. It's a good go-to stick, you know.
Yeah.
So fun. People say that's such it's strong. It's not. It looks strong.
I think
But
that
it's
your
not.
Rogue line of cigars is a little bit more, is a little stronger.
I know we did away with that one.
Really? No, dude. Oh man, that breaks my
Do
heart.
you have any left?
I've got some hidden somewhere.
Which is the one that came in that 200 case count?
Oh, that one we did away with too. That was the
You're killing me.
Well,
Cookie.
Cachet of cigars?
Well,
Are you
with-
kidding me?
with COVID. We just shrunk lines.
Well, see, they had one, which is actually that was again. I'm gonna backtrack. That was a fun display unit, big
Bless you.
case,
COVID.
beautiful.
Yeah.
200 cigars in there, very reasonably priced. It was actually very friendly for retailers. I've always said if you want to invest in a good cigar that you can put out in a good quantity to your customer base, that was around a $9
It's a
ish.
$9 cigar. It's a perfecto. I mean, you know.
Yeah,
it's
it was a
beautiful
very
cigar.
very well done cigar. What is currently right now one of your top 3 movers that you say, man, these cigars are just banging, man, they're insane.
So the Cellar Reserve line and the Ghost. That's our tops.
Wow.
They move whatever style you put them in. They move. But it's funny, you know, this new team up with Aganorsa has been hampered by COVID. You know, so we're not. I think we looked at it last year. We only did 40 events.
Wow.
We usually do 400 to 500.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to book you sometimes because you are like constantly
Right.
in your territory is 7 states.
6. Yeah.
I know it expanded. Prior to
Yeah, I
COVID,
think
it had
it's-
expanded.
Yeah, I think it's like 6 or 7. Something.
It's funny. At one point, I would see Cook maybe every 6 to 8 weeks, and then you said it may be now every
12 weeks.
Yeah, every 3 months now. So
Yeah.
wow, dude.
Yeah.
And, real quick. Again, there was the issue last year with Kirk. God bless Mr. Kaiser. He moved on, but I've always been a diehard supporter of the brand. Things that I got into it last year was we got to look at the little people who's impacted. Once Mr. Kaiser moved on, great. We wish him well always. But I say support the little people, for God's sakes. There's tons of wonderful farmers. There's tons of wonderful factory workers. We can't forget them, So Gurkha, if you don't have it in your cigar shop, and this actually goes out to all my tobacconist friends, you got to revisit them. You got to really think about what you're missing out on. It is one of the most sought after brands by the military. It really is.
I believe it.
But plus the diversity. The
Absolutely.
one thing to bring to it is the diversity of so many different factories. You can find something that will fit your palate. That's what I love about it, and that's.
I think a lot of the legacy brands, they guarantee you that diversity. And it's funny. I've always said I'm a bit of an odd man out, being Latino, gay in a married to a black man. It's always insane when people hear that. But I'm like, yeah, but dude, diversity is what I look for also in cigars.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I want
Absolutely.
that gives me all of that and can guarantee it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I'm a Catholic too. I just wanted to add that. So it makes me even crazier. No, I
Imagine
wasn't
that. As
talking
soon
to
as
my priest. I
Catholic-
swear to God, I wasn't.
Yeah, but I got one up here. I was an altar boy, but I wasn't diddled.
You were not diddled?
No,
Were you doodled?
no.
Oh, okay. No diddling and doodling.
And no hair parting.
Well, I was invited to go to the Boy Scouts, and I said, hell no.
Hey, I'm a Boy Scout too. Be careful.
Oh, God almighty. Jesus.
Our Boy Scout.
Yeah, Lord bless it. No, I said no Boy Scouts for me. You know, I don't know. Being out in the middle of the woods and somebody, hey, I'm like, whoa, easy, Tiger.
You did that in the military.
Yeah. No, we didn't do it in the military. Hell no, shit. Hell no. Listen, all I ever worried about was my three.
Hey, I was in the Navy and it never happened.
Yeah, there you go. Hey,
That
man.
explains a lot.
All we ever worried about was my 3 and my 9, making sure that Haji up front was taken care of. That's
There
all
you
that
go.
mattered. But
Right.
going back to it real quick, I think that that nailing the two words consistency and diversity is really something that a lot of us who are true cigar guys, when we go into a shop, this is not a negative against the boutique industry, which I absolutely am a stalwart supporter. I always say, if a boutique company can give me those two things, I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. That's why I'm always so proud to say that our sponsors, who we always advertise, Hiram & Solomon, GTO Cigars, Pura Soul,
Gabby Caffey.
Gabby Caffey. That's my brother from another mother. We got also, of course, my best friend is Stogie Road Cigars, Edición 25. That's Cara Viajante. They literally are all about consistency, making sure that there's a diverse portfolio that you can enjoy. Even if you're small and you're looking to place your cigar elsewhere, you're giving that to everybody. I love that because you know what? They learned that from the legacy builders, from the legacy brands. I always support that, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So what's
having that consistency is.
No,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I was saying having the consistency in a stick is one of the most important things. I mean, if you get one stick and it's great, you go back, you buy another one, and it's not quite the same, or it doesn't burn the same, or it feels different, you might still go back and try another one. But having that consistency is one of the most important things, I believe.
There's always the odd man out of the box. You know, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I never judge a cigar until I've smoked 3 of them. If I have a bad experience,
Right.
I never judge it until I've smoked 3.
You know
That's
what?
a good rule of
Even
thumb.
the big boys,
Yes.
and having Cook here with us, there has been Gurkhas that I'm like, wow, what happened here? And I'm like, okay, I need to maybe set this down, give it a couple of weeks, and then what I do, I don't do days. I say, you know, I'm gonna wait a couple of weeks. Maybe when I go back to that shop, that box has come down a little bit more, or they put out a fresh box. Let me pull out another couple of cigars from there, and then I'm like, okay, I get it now.
Well, that's what I was going to ask Steve is, how long do you let your cigars rest before you smoke?
It depends on the cigar.
I mean, as
are
a
you
company?
talking about as a
Well,
company?
your own personal humidor.
For you.
Okay, so my own personal humidor. I try not to let cigars age more than about 10 years
Mhm.
because it starts lessening.
So break down a little bit.
Well,
So the
it'll
flavors
never.
just
It doesn't get any better after 10 years.
It reaches its peak.
It reaches
Okay.
its peak.
Right. It does.
Yeah, because I've got cigars older than 10 years in my humidor. I just don't have time to smoke them.
Well, you're gonna trip out on this, and Mark, I think you'll appreciate this. A couple of weeks ago, we smoked 42-year-old
That was
cigars.
a really good one.
I'm sure you know the gentleman Lars Tietens.
Mhm.
In my opinion, and I'm gonna stick to this 100%, the true godfather of infused cigars.
True that.
Love Drew Estate, God bless you. But when we smoked that, these looked like very mild, very simple cigars. It was completely the opposite.
No kid.
Still beautiful flavors were in there. If these cigars had peaked at some point, let me tell you, they didn't find out about that.
No.
Well, they'll just kind of so that's what I've noticed. They just kind of at a certain point, it just kind of stays consistent, but a lot of times you'll start losing a little bit of the body of the original cigar.
Yeah, these were not strong at all.
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Beautiful flavors. I'll tell you what, Mark, I'm gonna save a couple for you because I definitely want to meet you, and you'll appreciate this. And Cookie, I gotta hook you up with one of them before you leave tonight. These cigars were just something completely out of the ballpark for me. Lars has become an integral person in my life. I love him dearly. He's also a what I call a Renaissance guy. He's a musician. He has a production company. He's got wrappers. He's got a high-end luxury leather goods company. He's got his own seasonings. I mean, he's a beautiful human being, and I love him for that. But this mofo can make a cigar. It was like,
Great. Wow.
Moses. I mean, to smoke a 42-year-old cigar that has these beautiful, sweet but complex flavors, you're like, how in the hell are you doing this? And he said, I kid you not,
Right.
those were rolled by him when he first started. So those were originally his hand-rolled cigars in the meatpacking industry area in New York. He actually was working small factory. He had also done work for the original famous cigar company before they became who they are today. I didn't know this, but they were originally a candy store at one point, the original owners that had 2 humidors in the back. And I was like, get out of here, man. Just neat stories, man.
And the construction still held up after 40 years.
I would love to meet that guy. Yeah.
Man. So I got a couple of those for you, because I definitely think you'll appreciate them. Man, I'll tell you what, man, what a fun evening this has been. I know we're a little bit over the mark right now. We do the show for about an hour. So I'll tell you what, man. Let's wrap up with this. What was 2020 like for you, and what are your plans now for 2021?
2020, man. It's been a year. I tell you that.
Yeah.
2020 has been a beast. 2021, I'm looking forward to a lot of good things.
Well, I definitely want to see your podcast grow. I definitely want to see and hear more of you. I'm super excited that I've met you, at least on social media, and that we're doing this right now. I know that now you have 3 fans here. I told Cook about Smoke and Barrel. I'm going to send him down there when he gets his next chance to travel through this area.
Come on.
I'm coming down, man.
Yeah.
So he's going to have a great time down there.
Please do.
If you can time it on a Tuesday, boom, there you go right there.
I was listening.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Tell you what, man. I work right now. My hours are usually 8 to 5 coming up within the next couple of weeks. The company that I work for, I'm very proud to say, it's a solid company. But if I cannot make it on a Tuesday, I'll definitely make sure that these 2 nutsacks and I, we all make sure come in there and have a good time with you, brother. We'll let you know we're coming down, and if nothing else, we'll smoke
we can shift the time. We can shift the time a little bit for you. Yeah, we can shift the time a little bit, and come on in. We'd love to have you on the podcast.
We'd love to hook up with you.
We can maybe push it back a couple hours.
Well, dude, you are the right kind of guy. We love you. I have nothing but the utmost respect for you as well. So, Cook, anything you want to leave us with tonight, brother?
No, I just want to get down and see those guys, man. I'm going to try to make that.
Come on.
On a Tuesday. And I guess you have his contact information.
I'm going to forward everything to you, so you're going to get that before you leave tonight also.
Beautiful.
Mike, anything you want to leave on the cigar, on the drinks, anything?
I mean, this cigar surprised me. On the cold draw, I got a little bit of sweetness, and there isn't any sweetness in the cigar at all.
No,
but it's been.
Well, hold on now. If you drink that Maker's Mark, you will start.
You were right. You were.
I might, but again, my palate is not the greatest.
I'm doing it, and there is a little bit more enhancement because of that Corojo sweetness.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm like, Seamus, what have you got, man, for us?
Along the lines of what you said, the sweetness in the wrapper with that Maker's really surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it'd be too heavy. I thought it would drown the cigar out.
It's full flavor.
Right. But it definitely it brought a little bit more out of the cigar, like what Steve said.
Yeah.
Would you go back and pair it again?
I would, but I would also look for something different. I'd probably try it with proper 12 or maybe even Tullamore.
He's an Irish boy, man.
He's
the proper 12. I mean, that thing is great. That was great. Last week we did that, and it came in right under the cigar, and it was really a good pairing. I would pair that with any medium full body.
Well, I'll tell you what. Real quick before I say my last two. I was always more of a Scotch man because these guys,
Same
two
here.
Irish boys here. I've gotten a little bit more into experimenting and tasting the Irish whiskeys, and I
Welcome.
do enjoy them. I think they're not quite as heavy as the Scotches. Which
They're definitely not.
They become friendlier to the cigars, I think, also.
Embrace the dark side and come over to us.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Allie is watching. Allie right now is his better half. Hey, Allie, love you, girl. My last 2 infinitesimal cents worth. I'm in love with a cigar. You guys were right. The makers really brought something out of the cigar that I enjoyed a lot more. It is a true medium plus. It has not come down below the medium mark at all.
Mm-mm.
I've gotten a little bit of the wood. I'm gonna say this.
You got the wood too, huh?
I got a little wood. I got a little wood.
It's coming down. It's coming down.
Hey, listen, I'm a Cuban with a small wood. There you go. But this has also a little like that salty caramelness to it, which I do enjoy in a cigar. Very, very enjoyable. Thank you very much, Cook.
Thank you.
I've known Cookie going on 5-6 years now. In the industry, this is one of the things I'm going to say last. If you're a tobacconist, it is really about getting great relationships with the reps. Reps are your best friends. Reps really can give you an insight into everything that can work with your humidor and with your people. Communicate to them, talk to them.
We only want to say you stuff that's going to turn.
Yeah, there you go,
If
man.
it's not going to turn it.
That's right.
I actually have a question for you, Steve. Is this available in brick and mortars now, or is
Yes.
it just okay? Cool.
Yeah, it's brick and mortar.
So one of the things that we're going to be doing, I explained to Cookie, the website that I now have set up, unfortunately, because of the nature of it is a one-page. I've been talking
It's a temporary.
for a while. It's just for now, but I'm treating it almost like a cigar shop. How many facings can I put in there that work? So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some Gurkha to the website. I'm looking at about maybe 8 to 10, maybe 10 to 12 facings of things that I know will work 100% in that. Again, that's a tip. If you're a tobacconist and you're looking to do a website, treat the website exactly as you would a good working humidor.
Mm-hmm.
What is working? Don't oversaturate it.
Mm.
If you know you got some good products and you know they're going to turn, put those same products on the website. Make them available. Make them accessible to your customer base, man. I'm in love with this cigar. Mark Eckard, everybody, musician, husband, father, podcaster, phenomenal cigar guy, vintagearian. I just made that word up.
Yes.
You smoke vintage cigars. Super awesome. Man, look at that. I hate you right now. I can't even stand you right now. I can't even stand you. Thank you very much for this opportunity. We really, really appreciate that a lot.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. And I look forward to meeting you guys in person. I've enjoyed my time with you guys this evening. Thank you so much.
Well,
I
listen,
appreciate
as a true Catholic, I always say to everybody, God bless everybody. I wish everybody out there a little bit of mirth, a little bit of laughter. And at the end of the day, smoke well, because we do. Y'all take care. Take it easy, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.